Y'all, man, this is your boy Super Mario. Today we're going to be talking about this new plugin from Plugin Alliance, which is the new waves of today, man. Plugin Alliance, man, they really be killing it with their plugins, and you know what I'm saying, really good quality plugins. I used to be a big waves plugin guy until I discovered Plugin Alliance and saw what it was doing to my mixes, and I was like, yo, hey, Plugin Alliance, that's where it's at, you know what I'm saying? So but today they released not today, they came out just recently with this new plugin. It's called the Lindell plugin 902 De-Esser. Okay, so basically it's just a De-Esser plugin. I thought it was pretty cool. If you don't use De-Essers, especially with vocals and stuff like that, what happens with De-Essers is it kind of tames the sibilance when you're talking and stuff like that. So all your S's and pops and the S and the all that tibilance and sibilance and stuff like that. I mean, it'll definitely, you know what I'm saying, your microphone will pick it up. If I was to take this this little filter off of here, you know what I'm saying, it still was going to pick up a lot of plosives, and you can see that, you know, every time I talk, and especially with the please and the pots, the proper Peter Pepper, you know what I'm saying. But if I was to put that on there, Peter Pepper, you know what I'm saying, definitely works. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to Personas, by the way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Personas with their fake Shure SM7B microphone, which is called the PD70. You know what I'm saying, this is the microphone I chose to use, and it just sounds good on my voice, but whatnot. So it's the broke man's Shure SM7B microphone. All right. So but nevertheless though, man, getting back to De-Essers and stuff like that, De-Essers is a really good tool to take out some of the sibilance in your vocals and stuff like that, especially the S's and stuff like that. Anything above that 4,000 range, yeah, that's where you're gonna really hear the S in your vocals or whatnot, and you need something to tame that, and that's where De-Essers come in there. Now the De-Esser that I normally use all the time is it's a combination of different ones, and I'm gonna try to see if I can pull these up or whatnot, but it's SPL has a the SPL plugin from Plugin Alliance. They have a De-Esser collection or whatnot, and I also use the R collection, the Renaissance Waves Renaissance collection, the R De-Esser from Waves. Those are the De-Essers that I use, and you know what I'm saying, they work pretty good. They give me a different vibe. I'm not gonna say they're different in sound, but they just give me a different vibe when I'm working. But this new one right here, I have to say I like it, and I used it on a song, and it really did the job. Easy controls, you know what I'm saying, very easy controls, different application and whatnot. Now this particular De-Esser comes from the hardware unit from DBX. Okay, and let's go ahead and transition over here and check out this unit right here. All right, let's go. All right, cool deal. So you'll see this unit right here. This is the DBX 520, the 500 series for all you 500 series guys. It's got the lunchbox type stuff and everything like that. This De-Esser is pretty cool. You can see right here that it's basically a De-Esser, and it's made by DBX. And as you can see right here on the right, you have your gain reduction meter, and then you have an enable, and then you can listen only to the high frequency mode that you'll be affecting. Then you have the frequency, so you go all the way down to 800 hertz, and then you just turn that knob clockwise up to 1.8 kilohertz, then 2.5 kilohertz, 4K, and then 8K right there, which you will probably max out. So anything above 8K you'll be De-Essing, anything above 4K you will be De-Essing, anything above 2.5K you'll be De-Essing, and so forth and so on. And then this is the range that you will be the De-Essing by and stuff like that. So this range would definitely start giving you the De-Esser, and then you will be able to see that gain reduction judging off of that black knob. So that black knob will give you the gain reduction that you will need. Now I never worked with the DBX 520 processor, but it definitely looks promising. This is the hardware. So if you have the lunchbox or the 500 series situation, you can get it right now on Sweetwater. It's in stock for $189. All right, so we're in Studio One now. This is the plugin right here, Lindell 902. It came out during the holidays as well. It was added to your Mix and Master bundle for free, or your Mega bundle for free, or I think it's the Essential bundles as well for free. Basically, how it looked on that website from Sweetwater, is basically looks almost the same. You know what I'm saying? If you were to take out the graphical representation, bam, that would be what it is. The only added features is you have a dry wet mix knob, and also you have a air knob. So this air knob is basically going to add back in high frequency information that is lost when you're doing the de-essing. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, just like the plugin, it has 800, 1.8K, 2.5K, and 4K, and 8K. All right, and you can listen in that high frequency mode, of course. This is the output right here, and you got your range right here, will give you the gain reduction. Okay, and you got your air band. Again, your air band is going to give you back the frequencies that are lost in the de-essing process. Okay, and you got a dry wet mix knob, so you can dial in the desired effect that you want. I wouldn't probably put this on there, because what's the point of having a de-esser and you got to do a dry wet mix knob? I don't know, that's me. I didn't design the plugin, but hey, it is what it is. This point right here, this DS, I forget what that is. This is the detector and then the output. So you listen to the output gain. The detector is only going to give you what's being de-essed, and the DS, I just can't remember what that is, but we'll go over that here while we're demoing the plugin. All right, let's get started with this plugin. All right, so I have it on this vocal right here, and I should put it, let's see here. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and let me move this plugin to another spot where I got a lot of vocals at. Yeah, let's move it over here. So we're just gonna move this plugin over here on the lead vocal bus track. That way we'll be good to go. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, and what I'm gonna do is grab this plugin right here, which I did a video not too long ago on this particular plugin right here, and you need to go check that out. The 533 EQ, really sweet EQ, man. We're gonna use this EQ because it brings in a lot of high end sweet information, and we're gonna crank up the highs. That way we can pronunciate more of the S's in the vocal, and we'll use the Lindell 902 in order to de-ess the vocals. All right, so let's go ahead and play the first verse and get some of that high end pronunciated.
For all the things you said I never do, for all the things you said that were untrue, for all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on
I'm doing it too much.
but things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making its rounds. It's my turn, I won't be held down. No, karma's gonna visit you too. Gonna pay for the things you put me through. I hope you do. I hope your hell is filled with maggots. For all the things you said.
All right, there we go. All right, so what I did was I just used this plugin to add more, because I think I took care of all the S's and stuff like that during the recording process. Made sure that I used the EQ to bring down some of the high end on his vocal. So I'm just bringing that high end back on his vocal utilizing this plugin. So we're using this on purpose, okay? So don't shoot me in the comments or whatnot. I'm only bringing this back so I can get some of the S's in his vocal. All right. So now we're gonna get on to this bad boy, and we're gonna utilize this to tame some of those S's. All right. Now the thing with this plugin is you get oversampling. All right. So it's by default 2 times oversampling, and what we're gonna do now is show the actual spectrum graph. All right, so this graph is going to show you what's actually being de-essed. Okay, all right. And what we're going to do is engage that, and we're going to start right here. I don't think 800 is going to be over exaggerated, but we're going to start at 8,000, and we're going to work our way down. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and hit play.
For all the things you said I never do.
So we can see a lot of
For all the things you said that were
see the gray shaded area. If you see more gray shaded area going left to right, that is actually the sibilance.
For all the things you said I never
See right there?
do.
And if there's a lot of sibilance, it's gonna be white.
For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone.
And I'm just playing this so you guys can see what this plugin is doing. Oh, big one right there. Oh, big one right there. See what I'm saying? So I hope you get the gist of the plugin and what it does far as the graph. All right. So what I normally do when I've been playing with it or whatnot, we're gonna go ahead and engage the in button, and you have our input output trim, by the way, if y'all know that input output trim at the top. All right, so we're gonna engage this plugin. Shoot, here we go.
For all the things you said.
Now, the high frequency mode, I really don't know what that.
For all the things you said I never do.
Yeah.
For all the things you.
All right, cool deal. All right, so I don't know what the high frequency mode is doing. It should be just listening to the.
For all the things you.
Let's go ahead and just bring in some de-essing.
For all the. For all the things you said I never do. For all the things.
All right, so you see the yellow? So the yellow is going to represent what's being de-essed. Now, as we bring this knob from 8,000 to 4,000, you're going to see a lot of the ducking in the red graphical information, and the white or the gray area turn yellow. Okay.
It's my turn, I won't be held down. No. Karma's gonna visit you too.
See a big one right there. You see it? All right, cool deal. So we got a lot of de-essing going on. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. So we have it in normal mode. So this range in between, judging from this plugin, from 5 dB to about 8 dB of, you can say, range or dynamic range or whatnot. Between 5 to 8 dB is the normal range. Now you can crank it up more to get more de-essing if need be. All right. So we're gonna do that again.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were untrue.
All right. So we listening to the output. Now let's listen to the detection. So that's the S's.
You said I'd never make it on my own, but things are looking up for me now.
So the detector is based off of what you have your frequency knob set on, okay? So we have it set on at 8,000. That's the only thing we're going to hear, right?
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own, but things are looking up for me now.
Okay, so you kind of basically see how the detector works. So it will basically give you clues on to where is the sibilance at, okay? Now, let's go to the DS part. So you're only going to listen to the DS part. So this basically detector is going to show you, you know what I'm saying, what range is being DS, but then the DS is going to actually hear the actual effect and stuff like that. Now this high frequency mode, I need to really kind of like, that's bothering me. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up real quick and check that out real quick. What is that high frequency only? Okay, it means by manual, high frequency only, yeah. All right, it reduces only the level of high frequencies contents above frequency parameter. Okay, so reduces only the level of high frequency contents. Okay, so I'm assuming that it only works on the high frequencies and not the whole frequency range. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I'm not a big advocate or a lot of experience with the original DBX 520 unit, so I'll be lying to you. But we'll just keep that off. You know what I'm saying? And really don't even worry about the mode. All right. So what we're gonna do now? How I normally find my frequency. This because this this detector button, it's okay, but this is what I normally do. Okay, I normally go and I utilize the Spectrm Meter and I put it on the waterfall mode. Okay, I put it on waterfall mode, and oh shoot, let me get it right quick, y'all. All right, waterfall mode. And normally what I do is I'll pay attention to what the waterfall mode is telling me. Check this out.
For all the things you said,
boom, right there. That was for all the things you said. The said part right here. You see how it's really illuminated pink, red, or whatever the case may be? That's my target spot. Check this out.
For all the things you said,
right there. See it right there?
For all the things you said that
right here. Let me slow it down for y'all.
For all the times you made me feel alone.
Oh, maybe fast is good. Oh, big one right here. Boom, right here. All right. So we're gonna freeze that. And normally what I normally hover doing is I'll use this as a guide frequency range. And so right now, 7100 hertz is where we need to be at right now on the De-Esser. All right, so we're gonna bring that De-Esser up.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were.
All right, y'all hold on one second. Let me get my plugins range real quick. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that right there, and we're gonna go back to the lead vocal. All right, and there we go. All right, we're gonna pin that right there. All right.
For all the things you said I never do.
All right, now you see how this thing is starting to work and do that right now.
For all the things you said I never.
Ooh, that's a good one. Boom, right there. So again, right here, the target range on the other one was 7100 hertz. This one is about 6500 hertz.
For all the things you said I never.
All right, 6500 hertz.
For all the things you said that were untrue.
All right, that's about 7100.
For all the times you made me feel alone.
That's about 65.
You said I'd never.
Ooh, big one. 69. Right there, 69 again. So our target range right here is going to be about 7,000. All right, so about right here. So I'm going to put the yellow knob on 7,000, roughly around 7,000. This one is not as accurate. All right, and we're going to put it on normal range. Okay, and then we're just going to go ahead and DS.
For all the things you said I never do.
All right, now I'm going to pay attention to my gain reduction knob and also listen to the S's.
All the times you made me feel alone.
I'm gonna turn up my sub mix so you guys can hear what's going on as well.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making its rounds. It's my turn, I won't be held down. No. Karma's gonna visit you too. Gonna pay for the things you put me through. I hope you do. Oh. I hope your hell is filled with.
All right, so some of the S's are really tame right now, and that's a really, really good thing. Now, once I take it off, and we did the method of having the EQ on the right here, we just the vocal itself, didn't have a lot of S's in there, so we used the EQ to kind of like, brighten up the high end. And this is normally happen when you're EQing vocals, you're getting, treble happy, you're getting high frequency happy. And then you end up with like a lot of sibilance in your vocal on the on your vocal bus mix. Okay, you need something to tame that. This is what we're doing. This is the process what we're doing right now. So right now we got everything tamed.
For all the things you said I never do.
It's still a little outrageous.
For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making its rounds. It's my turn, I won't be held down. No. Karma's gonna visit you too. Gonna pay for the things you put me through. I hope you do.
All right, cool deal. So, like that was our target range, but of course you can always come down and tame that frequency range as well.
For all the things you said I never do.
And you'll notice that.
For all the things you said that were untrue.
All right, cool deal. Now I'm gonna take this EQ off just to insinuate that because I think I got a little bit too much. EQ on there, so we're gonna just go ahead and remove that plug-in, and you're gonna listen to the vocal in its rightfulness. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and kind of like default everything here, and let's find out the natural S's in here.
For all the things you said I never do.
Okay, still we got a little bit of 6500. Consistent at 6600.
For all the times you made me feel alone.
All right, so I'm looking at this right here. See that little big one right there? So about 3000. Yeah, about right there. So good 3000 will work for us right here on that one.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making its rounds. It's my turn.
But we don't want the vocal to sound muffled.
Karma's gonna visit you too. Gonna pay for the things you put me through. I hope you do. I hope your hell is filled with maggots.
All right, cool deal. So I think we got it tamed somewhat enough. Now this track is not mixed, okay? It ain't mixed individually, track mix and everything like that. This is straight raw vocals and whatnot. All right, so what we're gonna do now is add a little bit of airband back. So we're gonna play that vocal track back, and we're gonna listen to the vocal, and we're gonna utilize this airband looking situation and introduce some of that high frequencies back with the de-essing being worked on.
For all the things you said I never do.
All right, you hear that de-essing?
For all the things you said that were.
All right, now we're gonna add this airband in.
For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making it.
So you can hear that we added a little bit of that high frequency back in the vocal without it, bothering the de-essing process, and really make the vocal sound natural again. Versus a lot of times with those de-essers, it'll be like, I'm gonna use this hardware de-esser for example. And the hardware de-esser that I got on here, right? You know what I'm saying? As I use the hardware de-esser, you know what I'm saying? This is my vocal. So I am using the hardware de-esser on my mic preamp. And a lot of times it takes away from the high frequency in the vocal. So if I was to say, that's the de-esser is off. So you don't hear a lot of the S's in here, okay? And let me talk to y'all a little bit right there. So you only hear a lot of the S's. That is the de-esser on. So it kind of cleans up pretty good. But again, you know what I'm saying? You lose a little bit of that sibilance, a little bit of the high end, a little bit of the sibilance. And you can see you don't hear the sibilance. So that's a hardware de-esser from DBX. So I'm using the DBX 286S channel strip. Okay, so that sibilance word that I'm hearing, that de-esser on there is probably the same circuit as the 520, but sibilance, take it off, sibilance. Okay, versus the plug-in, you know what I'm saying? You know, it just adds, that airband just adds a lot of high frequency in there. Okay, so if we was to play that again.
For all the things you said I'd never do. For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone.
We're going to take the range out.
You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making it.
You can even hear it.
It's my turn, I won't be held down, no. Karma's gonna visit you too. Gonna pay for the things you put in.
So it just restores some of the higher frequencies in back into the circuit or whatnot, man. So
for all the things you said I never do.
So overall, this plugin is pretty good, man. I have to say, man, you know what I'm saying? You can definitely get it with Plugin Alliance. It is a part of the Mix and Master bundle. It's probably not on the website because it hasn't came out yet. So if you have the Mix and Mastering bundle, the Mega bundle, you can definitely get this plugin right here. The Lindell 920 De-Esser, and stuff like that. Really good plugin for your utility toolbox. Whatnot. I'll show you the tools that I normally use before on my tracks, by the way, before we get up out of here. I normally use the De-Esser, which is pretty good, man. This is my go-to right here. But you have a lack of graphical control. So let's say, for instance, I was to go here and
I never do.
Let's see here, right here.
For all the things you said that were untrue.
I normally use this type, but the DBX is kind of like on this what it is, a high pass filter circuit. Okay, so this is normally how they do it. Okay, I normally use it in this mode right here because I'm trying to aim a specific frequency. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's say, for instance, that 60, what it was about that right there. I think it was that frequency right there.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make.
So you can hear that De-Esser working.
But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making it.
you see it working?
It's my turn, I won't be down, no.
But if we put it in the DBX mode, the DBX has this type. Okay, and we had it right about in here. Okay.
For all the things you said I never do. For all the things you said that were.
So that's basically how the DBX will work with this filter type. So this is the one I normally use, and then there's another one. Let me pull that one up real quick. and it's this one right here. It's two of them. This one right here is pretty good. I normally use this one. And this is from SPL. It's pretty good, I have to say. And it's kind of like it's real hard to hear what's going on.
For all the things you said I never do.
It's really, really smooth.
For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it.
See how smooth it is?
But things are looking up for me now. It seems like
and I think it uses the high pass filter circuit as well. All right, and that's one of them I use, and then the other one I use right here, it is going to be this one right here, this dual band. But I don't use this one that much because it's a dual band, so it's kind of like, yeah. So
for all the things you said I never do.
Because you got two frequencies you can have control over.
For all the things you said that were untrue. For all the times you made me feel alone. You said I'd never make it on my own. But things are looking up for me now. It seems like karma's making its rounds. It's my turn, I won't be held down.
So this one is a little bit like you don't know what you're controlling on the high and the low and stuff like that. So I don't use this one too much. I'll pull it out every now and then. But these two I used to use very, very faithfully. Now I have another one to kind of play with or whatnot. And I like the feature that they can introduce airband back up in there. But it has this frequency type for it's a high pass filter. But I use this plugin if I need to retain certain frequencies and everything. It's just one treble frequency. This is where this De-Esser comes into play at. And I use this on hi-hats, like on a drum track, you know what I'm saying? If I'm using a drum track or whatnot, I use this plug-in right here to tame hi-hats, especially if I had them too loud in the drum mix or whatnot. I just use this, dial it in on that hi-hat, boom, take care of that real quick or whatnot, man. So basically that's what it is, man. Yeah, again, if you have the Mix and Master bundle from Plugin Alliance, definitely take advantage of it. It hasn't came out yet. I don't think it hit the retail market just yet, but if you are a subscriber, you definitely have it in your bundle, so take advantage of it. It's based off the DBX 520 500 series module De-Esser. I haven't worked with the hardware module, so I can give you it's the same or whatnot, but it's very effective, and I say, hey, utilize it to your full advantage and stuff like that, man. This has been your boy Super Mario, man. Like the video, subscribe. Y'all know how to work YouTube, man. I'll catch y'all on the next go round, man. Peace. Without the sibilance.